What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Solemn Circus live video. Today we're going over a final version of Melodious. I don't think this deck is going to get any more support, as well as I don't think it's going to get any better with the new summoning set of Rhoda. Unfortunately, the Molcharmi card is going to hurt this deck quite a bit. You have your first movement solos as well as your ostinatos, which is then going to get us into the copy of Boccia. It's going to unfortunately giving us opponents 2 draws, and of course with our normal, it's not going to be the greatest. I want to be showcasing you guys a final version of the deck that I think is going to be decent. Obviously, the deck can change. We are playing the crossouts, which I'll mention here, but you can cross out a copy of the full Molcharmi Fuzzros, which is going to hurt the deck quite a bit. I just unfortunately think it's not going to be the best deck in this coming format. So before we dive in, don't forget to like, comment, share, let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think of the deck, and I'll make sure to answer you guys. And well, let's dive in. So we're going to start off with the 3 reframe. This is going to be obviously the most normal, as well as 3 copies of Couplet. We then have the 2 Soprano, the 1/1, and then we are playing the 2 extenders as well as the 2 Sonata and the 1 Cannon. This is going to be it for the Melodious lineup. Everything is pretty simple. We are playing the Baguska still, therefore we are playing Cannon. Shifter does hurt this deck quite a bit as well. So you have 2 cards in the format, which are going to be absolutely just shitting on this deck. So you want to be able to play an engine piece like this, which can let you go into the copy of Baguska. Other than that, there's not much to say. You don't need to play the LG in the main deck. Tempai is not going to be that relevant for you that you're going to be always losing to it. It's not worth it at brick in the main deck, but it is in the side deck. And then for the hand traps, we're playing a whole bunch of them. For the cards we can play, we're playing the Triple Herald, the Triple Purge. Obviously, we can play these, therefore we're going to be playing them. And then we're playing still the main package, the Ash, the Imperm, the Veilers. We want to play Ogre. Unfortunately, we're not. We're playing copies of Crossout instead. I just feel like it's going to be a little bit better in this meta, you know, being able to cross out one of those impactful cards on your side of the field. We also are playing a Product Prosperity, so you can cut that for a copy of Fuzzros if you want to. The deck is also going to be very good with Fuzzros in the deck. And with it, you know, being able to draw your multiple cards, your deck gets a little bit better. Having maybe multiple Heralds and multiple hand traps is going to be obviously very nice. And then for the follow-up, the power spells, we're playing the triple ostinato, triple first movement, and then the 1 concerto. Not much to say about this. We're not bumping up the concertos. You can play 2 of this if you want to. We're just playing the prosperity instead, which feels kind of nice. Then for the last cards, we're playing the 1 prosperity, the 1 call with the grave. Not much to say about these cards. Obviously, they're very nice when you see them. And the triple copies of Crossout Designator. This is going to simply just be to stop those hand traps. And like I mentioned, Fuzzros, you can definitely cut this for a Fuzzros if you want to. And then you have that kind of hit for the Crossout Designator. Having 4 cards in your deck is going to be pretty good to hit that copy of itself. Now for the extra deck, very simple. We're playing the 2 Etoile, the 2 Shaberta, triple Boccia, and the 1 Bloom. This is going to be simply for the Yubel and Tempai matchup. You obviously can cut this if you want to. I have always included it in the deck. I still think it's always nice. I summoned it once, and that was really it. And every time I cut it, I felt I needed it, so it just included for the prosperity. If you're not playing prosperity, you can definitely cut it. It's just worth kind of having. Then for the links, we're playing the 2 Blooms. Kashtira is not really relevant in this format, but it is going to be played in an engine. You know, Unicorn being able to rip your cards. Ripping a Bloom is very important, so playing 2 of it is just going to be the way. The 1 Lizard Hagaros. This is if you get Ibleed or whatever else, you can go into this. It's also important if you're playing like Bystials or playing Nibiru's, which we aren't playing, but you can definitely play it if you want to. And then the copy of SP Little Knight as well as the Gravity Controller. This is for the combo when you link away the Boccia. Just remember that you cannot do that under the first movement solo, which is important to note. Then for the 2 last cards, we're playing a Baguska and a Typhon. These are ultimately up to you guys. If you don't want to play the Baguska, you don't play the Cannon, you can play another copy of the Sonata. And then Typhon just obviously for those board-breaking cards for you. We are including the side deck here. This is going to be brought to you by David and Brian. Shout out to those guys being able to play this deck and showing you guys the side deck. I haven't been playing this deck that much. I kind of have let Brian borrow it, so he's been playing it. David got 4th yesterday at Locals. We ended up playing the top 4 out. And I beat him in top 4 for 3rd place, which is kind of unfortunate. I ended up God-handing him, which you guys will be seeing probably a little bit later on the channel. But yeah, it was pretty good until game 3, and unfortunately I just opened up like Ash, or I opened up Imperm, Veiler, Imperm, and I had Attached Nushigu, which just let me go full combo. So kind of unfortunate that he went that way, but the deck is obviously very good. He was playing triple copies of the Rabbit. You can play DD Crow instead of this. I think this card's really good, just being able to hit the Yubel cards, hitting the Azumina stuff, as well as the Fiendsmith. hitting or Droll and Lockbird. This card's kind of iffy. You can obviously cut it if you want to play anything else like a Nibiru. You just want a kind of a blowout card in this meta. The 1 LG for going against Tempai and those board breaker cards. The 1 D-Barrier, this is obviously for the crossout target when you're going second. Then for going first, we have the triple copies of Power Sing Stone. It's a one-sided skill drain when you have your 2 on the field. With their Botcha as well, you're not going to be able to negate your own cards. So very important to note with that combo. And then for the last 4, we have the 1 Harpy's Feather Duster and the triple copies of Cosmic, because we respect back row in this, and of course a Runic is still going to be running around. Now there was a Labyrinth player at our locals. There's a couple, I believe there was 3. And they did get, the Melodious players did get paired up against them, so then when they were playing these cards, they had a better chance at stopping them, which a lot of other players wouldn't have. I know there's one other Memento player at locals that don't play Spell and Trap Haze, and they would ultimately pay the price for it. Regardless, that's going to be the deck profile there. There's not much that we really change. I think the deck is going to be very standard going forward. You can play Fuzzros, like I mentioned earlier. We might cut down, maybe making some of these only 2-ofs, like a copies of the Veiler. I think Ash Blossom will definitely be a 3-of for the remaining of the format. For the rest of the time, honestly, you know, especially when you keep getting cards that draw. Ash and the Crossout, as well as the Cop of the Grave, are going to be the only real ways you can stop the Fuzzros, which is going to hurt your deck quite a bit, this format. Regardless, hoping you're watching the video. Let me in the comment section down what you guys think down below. Don't have to stay safe. Peace.